Hi guys, I'm Alexandra. Morgan asked me to make a video so that we can be consistent in what we're making. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help and answer those questions for you. First of all, thank you for being willing to help with this. It's very needed right now, and overwhelmed by how many people are willing to help. So we right now are only making covers. So these will be used by medical professionals over the top of their medical grade covers. We're just trying to help them prolong the life of those covers. So we will only be making these simple covers for their masks. In the future, things may change depending on what medical facilities need and what they ask for. So this will be a quick tutorial on how to make a basic mask with ties. Elastics aren't the best with bleach, and latex and all the different things that come along with elastic. So I will be teaching how to do ties. They will still be accepting ones made with elastic, but in the future, if we could do ties, that would be helpful. So I think that's it. We understand that this is not ideal. This is not the best option out there, but there's a shortage, and we need to help our medical professionals be able to use their medical grade masks for a longer period of time. And this is what, that's the purpose of these masks. They're not to be used alone. It's not ideal, but it's what is needed right now and what's available. So let's get started on this tutorial. If you have a yard of fabric, you should be able to make around 8 of them. And we ask that the fabric is pre-shrunk. These will be cleaned in very hot water, so we would prefer them to be shrunk before they're sewn, so that they're still usable after they've been washed. Anything else I need to cover? Let me first show you how to make the ties. You can just use bias tape, but it's cheaper and maybe not faster, but cheaper and easier to do, maybe to find. Bias tape is now becoming a hot commodity to make your own. So here, a piece of fabric, 1.5 inches by 18. You will need 4 of them. The basics for making this, you can use an iron to make it go, to stay better for you, pins. But this is the basic idea. There are a lot of tutorials out there. I'm not going to rewrite the wheel or reinvent the wheel. But you take your fabric, you're going to fold the outside into the center like that, and then you're going to fold it together. This will prevent having a raw edge on the outside, and then you just sew down that outside edge. When you get to the end, to make it so that you don't have a raw edge at the end, you're going to fold it over and then fold in and together. So again, there's lots of tutorials you can look up if you don't know how to make this. There is bias tape makers, little cool doohickeys. I don't have one right here to show you, but you can look them up. They're not very expensive. That can help you make them as well. So you need to make 4 of those. So that's 1.5 inches by 18, or just get bias tape, and they end up looking like this. Here's the first end that's not folded over, and there's my folded end. We just want to make sure they're not going to fray out. Next, you need 2 pieces of fabric. These are not pre-washed because I'm trying to do this quick. Of 100% cotton. You don't want it too thick because it still needs to be breathable with them wearing both masks, but you need a nice medium weight cotton. It needs to be able to stop if anything splatters on the masks, so it doesn't penetrate clear through to the medical grade one. So first off, you take your 2 pieces of fabric, right sides together. You start, there we go. You're going to start sewing in the center. You're going to sew down. Before you get to the corner, you stop, grab one of your ties, find the raw edge, and you're going to put it in the corner. Like that. Put your other fabric back over the top. You will sew, finish your line, sew it forward, backward a couple times. We don't want it to pull out. And then you're going to turn the corner and grab another tie when you get to the next corner and do the same thing. Put it in the corner, like, let me put it back up there, like so. Put that over the top. Keep sewing along your line, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Turn your corner, and you're going to do that to all 4 sides, or 4 corners. I like to keep mine out the hole that you're making, like that, so it's easier to turn. Once you get to your 4th corner, and you've gone back and forth, and you've turned, you're going to stop 2 inches, 1.5 inches. Big enough that you can still turn it right side out, so it looks like a little squid type thing. Nothing special. You're gonna pull these out, and you get the basis for your mask. So, rectangle with 4 ties. If the medical professional needs these to be shorter, they can tie them in a knot wherever they want them to be, and cut, and that will make it so it doesn't fray, and then they can get the size they need, but 18 inches should be long enough for anybody to use. And there's that. So next, we're going to sew across the top and the bottom. That will close off your turning hole. Make sure it's nice and straight, and you're going to sew along this edge, like 1/8 of an inch. Let me grab my other one. Just focus. Maybe I bring it back. Okay, so you're going to sew along that line, and then you're going to turn over and sew along that line. That will help it stay flat. And then you have it looking like this. Your next step is to put in 3 pleats. The pleats do not have to be perfect. You want them going all in one direction. Box pleats are faster, but these pleats will fit a little bit better. So fold 1, 2, too big, 1, 2, 3. Just like that, you pin them into place, and you do it to the other side. And then I sew over once, I go over a little bit, and I sew twice. Okay, so I do 2. Again, we don't want them to come undone, because if your pleats come out, you really can't use it. So 2 stitches, cut your strings, and you're all done. They tie it here, they tie it here, and it will cover their medical grade mask. There are so many great tutorials out there, so many great patterns. We want to try and stick with this pattern for the moment. If things change, we will let you know. But here it is. If you have any questions, you can comment on this video and let me know, and I will answer those. But yeah, have fun sewing. Thank you so much for helping. Bye, guys.